Ladies and gentlemen, from Los Angeles, California, The Doors!
It was the summer of 1965 in California, and UCLA film students Jim Morrison and Ray Manzarek were talking on the beach. Morrison told Manzarek about some songs he was writing and decided to sing Manzarek Moonlight Drive.
Park beside the ocean on our Moonlight Drive.
Impressed, Manzarek suggested they form a band. The pair then recruited guitarist Robbie Krieger and drummer John Densmore. It was then that they became The Doors. The band took their name from a book titled The Doors of Perception, adapted from a line of poetry by William Blake. By 1966, the band was selling out to crowds at a popular local spot called Whiskey A Go-Go. It was here that the executives from Elektra Records discovered them. On August 18th, they signed with the label. The Doors' first album was released in January of 1967, featuring the hit single Break On Through to the Other Side.
Break on through to the other side.
The album was a hit and established the Doors as a counterculture band. Incidents, like Morrison's failure to change the lyrics for Light My Fire on The Ed Sullivan Show, increased their rebellious reputation.
Girl, we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire.
Shortly after, Jim Morrison was arrested at a performance in New Haven, Connecticut for talking badly about the police to his audience. For the next several months, the Doors continued to record, releasing their second album in 1967 and their third in 1968. As the band became more popular, so did the lead singer Jim Morrison's dependency on alcohol. At a Doors concert in Miami, Morrison gave a controversial performance. Later, a warrant would be issued for Morrison's arrest on account of indecent exposure, drunkenness, and obscenity. Between the Miami incident in March of 1969 and October of 1970, the band played only a handful of shows. In October, the trial following Morrison's Miami arrest took all of the band's time. Morrison was found guilty of profanity and indecent exposure. The charges of drunkenness were dropped. Around this time, Morrison also went through a transformation. The music of the Doors was changing, and so was Morrison's image. He grew a beard, started wearing looser clothing, and often sported aviator glasses. He also lost his sex appeal, gaining weight and continuing to abuse alcohol. The band continued to record until pausing in 1971 to take some time off. Morrison's dependency on drinking was making the recording process difficult. Morrison decided to move to Paris with his girlfriend, Pamela Corson. He thought the time off would curb his drinking, but by June, it had only gotten worse.
Well, show me the way to the next whiskey bar.
Morrison died on July 3rd, 1971. It was concluded that Morrison died of a heart attack, but another rumor states that Morrison's girlfriend had injected him with a lethal dose of heroin, shortly before she overdosed on heroin herself. No official cause of death was found because Morrison never received an autopsy prior to his burial in Paris. To this day, interest in the Doors' music remains high. They have sold over 76 million albums worldwide and continue to sell 1 million annually. It was the death of Morrison that tore this band apart, but their music will always remain. The Doors will never fully close.